All right, hello everybody. We are here with Dan from the Two Krickets on this beautiful Bahama 41 brand new rig that this is number 4, right?
Yes, number 4
Okay,
for us.
so number 4, and the point of this was just to get some feedback from Dan about his experience with DNA. And I will start off by saying we used to know the same people, and you were well aware of them getting the boats coated all the time.
Yep.
And you still passed, because you were in Iraq, so you didn't really see the need for it. But then you inherited or bought a third Bahama 41,
Yes.
which was a reef bum, and it had it on it. So I really just wanted to get you to tell everybody, why did you all of a sudden start to see the benefit? What was just really the experience, and then what drove you to do the next one, and what'd you think of that? That's really it.
Yeah, no, so when we got reef bum, as Sean said, it had DNA coating on it, but I didn't know anything about it, didn't know how to use it. The guys at Henley who build the Bahamas were good friends with Sean and Char, so we just called them and said, hey, what do we actually do? They came down, they showed us, they showed Brandon, who takes care of our boat. And literally, we used to have to come back. We fished once a week, give or take, sometimes twice a week, and it was always, brush the deck, kind of rinse, but not really rinse. And then Brandon would have a lot of work to do on Sunday or Monday when he came to get ready for the next week. With reef bum, we found that I would just squirt the boat down, and I never had to use a brush. And then, it was always looked like freshly waxed. So Brandon would just use the Regenex a little bit, and then we had a couple little spots, and we called you guys, and you came down right away. You were super fast, your team was great, they were super easy to work with. They touched up the spots, and then when it was time to get our next one, which was a few months later, there was no doubt we're using DNA. We'll always use DNA, actually. It keeps the boat great. I'm not big on doing any real work. I just like to rinse the boat when we come home. I know I'm supposed to dry it. I don't really do that all the time, but we do have a spot 0, so maybe I get away with not drying it.
You do?
Honestly, the boat just always looks just like this. This one's brand new, but they look like this after a couple years, so.
Sharp, and I think that's like kind of everybody always agrees, and just talk about the sharpness of it. All the materials at their best. You take a really great build already and enhance it basically, and the function. So what he's talking about is function. So he really enjoys the fact that dirt's not sticking to these surfaces, and honestly, you can get away with a lot with just microfiber and water. That is really true. It's rare. In fact, the guy even told me, I don't want your gallon of soap.
Yep, we don't use it.
Yeah, he doesn't use it, and that's really true across all of the different installs that we do. It's a very good standard thing. Now, the last thing I would say is, as far as looking at the overall, that there's always an annual that comes up. You've got a detailer. Brandon actually takes care of this. Have you found it difficult for him to really catch on to this? Because we're trying to make sure that the ownership is easy, and we're willing to always work with every detail or maintenance, yacht management. So has it been pretty easy for him to catch on to that and take care of it?
Yeah,
okay.
You'll talk to him too, but he, like I said, you guys called him right away. You actually chased him down more.
Yeah.
Because you wanted it to be done right, which I thought was pretty impressive. And no, it's been super easy. It's part of his normal routine. We don't go through that much material. You think you go through a lot. It's really not that much. And, for what these things cost to keep them brand new, it's worth it.
Great.
The only thing I'd add is just working with you guys is great. So that's a big part of what we do too, right? You want to work with people you like, you want to get people who are responsive. I've never texted either you or Shar and not had a response. Never needed material without having to call you, and you're like, yeah, no problem. And either you drop it off or we come pick it up. It's actually been a great experience, so I'm pleased.
Well, the Krickets have spoken today. So there we go. Thanks so much, Dan. I appreciate it
You're welcome.
very much. Okay.